Dear fellow citizens of the United States, we are anonymous. Screaming at walls, are we? Google Declaration of Rights or Independence. Many speeches and essays have come and gone. Many outpourings of anger and hope led nowhere. Why is this so? Like animals raised in captivity, we are unable to survive outside. We confuse the cycle of catharsis, agitation, euphoria, elation with achieving goals. We build the components and shout slogans but have no part in the final decisions. We know what success feels like but not what success looks like. These experiences exist in a bubble provided for us. The real world does not have cubicles. The powerful succeed not because they will it but because they know the laws of the real world. The power to run and lead our own lives always existed. We have discovered the rules and laws that gave them power. The current crop of oppressors are riding the success of their predecessors. They are just as blind as we are. Power is available at any place and any time. We have arrived and we're not going back. So how does this thing work? Standards our rights exist because of our undefined potential, not our achievements. Our power comes from understanding nature, not pursuit of influence. Our laws must protect our rights, and should not allow power without limits. Our choices help us avoid harm, and should not create structures of control. Discernment. There is no potential without knowledge, nor can knowledge lead to potential if we do not protect it. And can we make choices, without knowing what we are capable of, knowing how the system works, and protecting that knowledge? And what becomes of potential, knowledge, and protection without considering harm? If our choices do not avoid harm, potential becomes petty destruction, knowledge becomes aimless trivia, and protection becomes partisan attacks. Intent. We do not declare independence. We are implementing it. We do not live by hope. We supply and protect the necessities of a free people. Principles, rights, powers, entitlements, and instruments. We have rights because we consciously experience the world. A resilient, agile community being necessary to the vitality of a free people. The right to keep and bear instruments, which protect these principles, shall not be infringed. We have powers because we understand the world and continue to build it. As truth is fundamental to the cause of justice, the people are entitled to necessary means and standards, which protect the integrity of the courts, its procedures, and its facilities. Rights. We declare our intent to supply and protect the necessities relevant to the following freedoms: to believe, doubt, think, and experiment. To create, modify, exchange, and publish. To observe, redress, communicate, and protest grievances. To acquire, store, conceal, and process information. Instruments. We view the following to be necessities for integrity, security, vitality, and perseverance. Firearms and cameras as necessary to the security of a free people and the integrity of the truth in a free state. Currency and records of exchange as necessary to the recovery and resilience of communities. Communication networks and press as necessary to the vitality and integrity of communities. Source codes and executables of programs as well as the designs and components of devices which protect these principles listed at the top, including but not limited to the following functions: scan, penetrate, interact with, and report on the behavior of official agents, physical machinery, software systems, and computing facilities, encrypt, decrypt, authenticate, and authorize the use of other programs and devices. Copy, convert, perform, and transmit content. Analyze, reverse engineer, demonstrate, and proxy information. Powers. We will promote the following powers to advance the progress and welfare of individuals and communities: to defend one's life, liberty, property, and pursuits, and those of others. To engage in activities in social, political, economic, and structural context relative to one's free association, affinity, membership, or solidarity not limited by one's geographic location, class, beliefs, or history. To create power-holding political blocs by associating freely, choosing whom to work with, joining others in common interest, or to support the oppressed. To participate in any collective proceedings announced or unannounced which have direct, immediate, strong, or a long-lasting effect on one's life, liberty, property, or pursuits. Entitlements. One cannot have freedom from oppression if the individual is not given priority of concern and respect in the following entitlements: truth and justice through information of one's rights and powers, trial by jury, legal representation, due process, speedy trials, reasonable punishments and economic penalties, evidence and discovery, habeas corpus, no self-incrimination, no preemptive action, innocence until proved guilty, and no double jeopardy. Separation of powers in any state or institution concerning the public's affairs, examples in parentheses, and property, so that there is no collusion between powers with general, national, and specific, local scope. Also no security state riders on defense funding authorization bills, cultural influence, church and executive responsibilities, state, speculative, investment bank account, and operational, normal bank account, contexts, and emergency, soldiers and civil cops, contexts. Freedom from private and public presence of individual and organized agents of state force when there is no demonstrated cause, no relevant competency, no standardized procedure, nor limited power. Structured governance, with degrees of engagement, in both emergency and civil context, with priority to be performed by agents of the community in place of agents of state where qualified voluntary medics can perform the services of hospital paramedics, trained community security can perform the work of city and state police, skilled voluntary technicians can perform the restoration of services in place of federal agencies, and all action proceeds from requesting aid from local talent, commercial entities, regional stores of materials, and as a last resort city, state, regional, or federal services. What we have expressed here is not limited to these rights, powers, entitlements, and instruments, nor is it necessarily stated in the most perfect form. We are open to improvements, but we will probably be more willing to add rights and powers to this declaration of intent rather than remove them. The most important thing to take away from this is that although we would prefer to have these ideas codified in policies, we need to consider that it may never happen, so we have to provide the foundation by action. Even if some of these ideas could make it into government, for that to happen the relevant culture and social customs would have to exist so these ideas might be understood. Consider simply the spirit behind it and judge for yourself whether or what you wish to contribute. The rights discussed here cannot be infringed upon. The instruments cannot be confiscated or restricted as to whom may possess them. The powers cannot be denied or opposed. The entitlements shall be installed or provided. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.